Hello and welcome back to the Liberal Factor. I apologize for the break in the action, which seems to have lasted months. I've been busy and that will not change. However, I will attempt to be more frequent than once every 3 months or so. Most prudently, in my opinion, is the oldest piece of news, the Pope. As we know, the former Pope has retired. The first time ever, and we now have a new Pope. My question to this is, clearly something is out of order here if this is the first time in 600 years the Pope has retired. I've heard many things, including that the Pope may have been neglecting some legal duties he was obligated to pay more attention to. However, I am not going to spend this entire video laying into the Pope. That will be a later section which involves trolls. Next piece of business is North Korea. Today, so many people are not considering it, but are 100% sure that North Korea is going to nuke South Korea and start a new war. Well, I am going to tell you, no. Kim Jong-un is stupid and crazy. It makes his father look more sanier than Mitt Romney. That's not saying much, but it's something, I guess. If Kim Jong-un nukes South Korea, if he misses, there's a good chance that he could hit China or Japan depending on where he aims off. And if he aims on target, we intervene because we're good friends in South Korea, and the entire UN joins us. And then China will join us too, because not only do we sort of have a symbiotic relationship with their economy, but also that would start another Cold War and the MAD tactic. MAD being mutually assured destruction, with nuclear capabilities available. And with all the countries in the world united against North Korea, it's not going to be a war if they try to do anything. It's going to be a slaughter. More recently in the news, we said that if they point their missile to anyone, we are going to shoot it down. I am in full support of that. I think it'd actually be smarter to send SEAL Team 6 in, who's proved themselves time after time, into North Korea, and take down all the nuclear reactors and bombs. And then we tell them, if they remake those reactors, we'll do it again, and destroy a factory and military base on top of it, and destroy more and more until they surrender. Because otherwise, it's just going to keep coming back and keep being a constant annoyance. Like that rose thorn, or splinter you can't get out of your finger. And only until you actually pull it out will it actually stop hurting, but you actually have to go for it. Obama is another story. Some people say he's laying us down. Some people say it's the Congress. It's sort of both. Obama, as I see it, is trying to be bipartisan to the Congress. But the Congress is not bipartisan in return. And saying, okay, if you're bipartisan, then if you give up what you want, then we'll let you give us what we want. And Obama doesn't want that to happen. And the main policy right now on the table is guns. People are so sure and the Second Amendment states that you have the right to own semi-automatic to automatic assault weapons that they haven't bothered to read the actual Bill of Rights, which states you have the right to bear arms in a well-regulated militia. How many of these nut jobs and psychopaths do you think are actually involved in a standing militia in the military defense of their state? Answer, no one! Because we invented a standing military. So we don't have a militia. And there is no constitutional amendment saying you have the right to own more guns than you can count. And the compromise of better gun registration laws is nice and sweet, but useless. If all the maniac psychopaths use their own gun licenses to get the guns they use to kill people, then we wouldn't have this problem. No murdering psychopath is going to use their own license. A, it can be tracked down to them. B, if they're an insane psychopath, they can't get a gun or a license. If you look at the Sandy Hook shooting, the guy didn't use his own license. He borrowed it from one of his family members. If we enforce gun registration laws, his family member might have been a well and responsible gun owner, but he wasn't using his license. I think that no one needs semi-automatic to automatic assault weapons outside the military and police. That I can understand. Why, as a civilian, would you need it? No animal needs 50 shots to kill it, unless you're hunting animals that are armed with Calvar sled armored suits. Or you're spending your time shooting your gun at tanks. Because a burglar comes into your house with a hand pistol, you don't need a gun that fires 50 shots in one round to take him out. It's no longer self-defense if he has more lead shots in him than he is carrying in his entire clip of ammo. But people don't think of it that way. They think if I get attacked by someone who has one shot in their gun, I need 50 guns and 100 shots. Like the Greek monster Hector with 100 heads and 50 arms, whatever it was. Overkill! Just like it wasn't self-defense for George Zimmerman to chase down Trayvon Martin, tackle him, beat him, and shoot him multiple times with an assault weapon. How in Hades is that defense? That is a different term called assault. You don't need the right to assault somebody. That goes against all of Jesus' teachings and all the other major religions' leaders' teachings. Thou shalt not assault. Thou shalt not kill. Well, you can't call it self-defense and call yourself a good Christian if you spend your time chasing people down, assaulting them, and killing them. Because that goes against every law in your religion. I don't care what your religion is. It goes against every law. Second Amendment to the Constitution isn't alone in the fact that we probably need to look over some of our constitutional amendments if people can't tell the difference between the constitutional amendment and their reality's constitution. For example, why in Hades do we need the Third Amendment? Who was that for? No soldier shall live in houses. If our soldiers are living in people's houses in this country, that's a bigger problem than our constitutional amendment is needed for. I don't think our allies like Britain are sending their soldiers here to our houses for summer houses, on shore leave, on a goodwill tour. We probably don't need a constitutional amendment banning that. Because that's a different diplomatic problem. And if someone were to, conquer us, our constitutional amendments and our constitution, believe it or not, would mean squat. If we were conquered, the loser does not have the laws to make. The loser has to obey the laws of the winner. Otherwise, the loser has not lost. It would not matter if we were conquered and soldiers lived in people's houses. We could not say anything about that. I mean, it's nice, but it's useless. I'm sure you can find other constitutional amendments that are equally as useless. However, I'm not going to spend this video reading the entire Bill of Rights and saying how that's redundant. Because I could do that, but I have better things to do with my time than point out how things have changed in the last, 300 years on a document that our founding fathers thought would last no more than 20 years. Just like the sanctity of marriage. Oh, yes. It can only be one man and one woman. Where in the 80s is that a law? It's not in our Constitution. It's in no country's laws. It's not in the Bible. Finding a passage in the Bible that says Jesus tells people that marriage is a man and a woman. Perhaps that's traditional. It's also traditional to have slaves, for women to have no rights, and for children to be treated like miniature versions of their parents. We don't exactly live by traditions. If we did, we would all be led by the posers who call themselves the British royalty. That's not our tradition. As we told King George III, that is not what we're going to do. Times change. That's why we had constitutional amendments in the first place. Because times change. Anyway, sort of like the constitutional debate with the internet. Because George Washington was not deciding whether it's constitutional to bully people over the internet. Breaking news! Right? Anyway, 2016. Very interesting election. The fact that there's going to be a lot of people trying to figure out what's going to happen. Because John Kerry and Hillary Clinton look like the front runners of the Democrats, but they're sort of getting up there in the years. As we sort of were yelling at McCain for in 2008, I might feel a little stupid supporting someone who's just as old. I mean, maybe I'm nothing to be concerned about, but that's just me. And John Edwards is in no position to run. If he runs, he is going to look really stupid. And please, Alvin Green, if you have any decency in your soul, don't run for president. So that's what we need for a Democrat, a candidate. Preferably a younger candidate. The Republicans have Mitt Romney, if he dares shows his face again. Run, Paul, the ancient man! With the fake eyebrow that fell off in one of his Republican debates. That doesn't look good, Ron. If you're going to have fake eyebrows, keep them on for Pete's sake. We don't want to see your eyebrow hanging off your real one. And you're so old. We could be swearing your vice president into office because you wouldn't survive the campaign trail. And guess who's gonna step in line? Your son. Someone who looks like he was probably a descendant of David Duke. A racist bigot who probably doesn't know much about the position at all. I mean, he fits in with Rick Santorum and Rick Perry, who are both in no position to become the next president. Because they try to become so conservative to out-conservative Romney, it's making Rush Limbaugh look almost moderate. Because they've gotten so crazy. As Rick Santorum is getting to the point that you should have as many children as you want. Even if that means we have to go back to having 15 children in a household. Only you, Ricks. Herman Cain's career is over. And Michelle Bachmann, the poor woman, the poor dumb woman, has to realize that she can't get in because she's just too loony. She might be the only woman running, but she's unelectable. That is, if we want to have any friends from our country to respect us, instead of just laughing at us. Because that'd be like electing our good friend Christine O'Donnell in a position of power. Just please, I don't want to explain it. No. So that's what we really need here in this election. Candidates on both sides. And the only candidates, the Republicans, were the candidates that they said that you're not going to our debates, were the candidates that could win. Jeb Bush. And the overweight senator or governor of New Jersey. That would be... Who's he?
who?
The guy in New Jersey, big guy.
Are you talking about Chris Christie?
Yeah, Chris Christie. That's the one. Sorry. They were told that you're not going to the RNC. Jeb Bush being the smart Bush, apparently, which isn't saying a lot, as we saw how smart his brother was. Don't get me started. I could spend weeks. And Chris Christie, the person who can actually win, can't run because he is too obese and he's not going to survive the campaign trail.
Don't be too cruel.
According to most critics. So, the Republicans have really isolated themselves with people who fit well in the KKK. Yep, that's their party. So, that's what 2016 is looking. We really have no candidates. Joe Biden, I almost forgot for the Democrats. Joe Biden might run, but he opens his big trap so much, it would just make me cry. I mean, I'm sorry, but it would. I mean, it'd be like, Dan Quayle or Dick Cheney running. I could see that. Hunting trip. Quayle, 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 boom. Sorry, Dan. Quayle, Quayle, boom. Sorry again, Dan. And, of course, Dick Cheney can't run because A, he's stupid, B, he could keel over from a life-threatening heart attack any minute, and C, he's ancient. Anyway, probably should get on to the more relevant stuff than Dick Cheney's inability to tell the difference between his friends and wild geese. And that would be trolls. Yes, those people who will call you faggots. Those people who tell you that you suck and that you don't know what you're talking about, and your videos are that of Celine Dion quality. Weird Liberal Head calls them adorable, and I say, if you hate watching our videos that much, why are you watching them, A, and B, why are you taking the time out of your day to tell us that it's so bad? Obviously it wasn't so bad if you're going to go out of your way to tell us what you think about it. Because that's an exertion of energy towards it, being you actually care about it. I mean, it doesn't make sense. If you really didn't like it, you just wouldn't respond to it. That's simple. You wouldn't watch it. Because I don't want to watch golf. I don't like golf. There's no reason I would watch golf and call up the company that puts it on TV and tell them, I hate golf, golf sucks, and keep watching it. That doesn't make sense. But perhaps the trolls don't understand. That's a waste of time to watch something that they hate and tell a person that they hate it. Or maybe they find it fun to torture themselves. Like, they are self-sadistic. To the point that they want to harm themselves, torture themselves. But I just don't see it. I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Anyway, I have a special guest on today.
Okay.
Who has been on YouTube for many years and has a very respected member of the liberals and the Weird Head Revolution.
It's not
here,
really
as it was.
Anymore. It's more
Weird Liberal Head.
Weird Head Revolution is more kind of sort of morphed into a path for progress, which I need to do a video for if Chris Roberts is watching.
So, we are going to talk about your new channel and the Boston Marathon incident.
Oh yeah. Well, I should probably start on the Boston incident, which was I made a video earlier today on it. Where's the camera on this thing? Oh, it's over there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I should tell you, I just asked a girl to the prom and I got utterly rejected.
Wah, wah, wah.
No.
He's just jealous because I have a date.
Yeah. He has like a girl he's paying to go with him.
No, I don't have to. Anyway, Boston.
Yeah, that's actually not so funny. Like I said, the guy who did it there's no real reason to kill 8-year-old children like my littlest brother's age. You don't accomplish any purpose that I can see for any good from that.
The story, as I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, is a few days ago, there's the Boston Marathon, which is held like normal. And at the end of the marathon, some man who's yet to be identified set off a bomb that he made from instructions on the internet to harm people, and it harmed over 100 people and killed 3 people. How in Hades can you find instructions to make a bomb on the internet
Hold on.
and call it safe for all viewers?
The girl I was talking to just stopped talking to me on Facebook. Hold on. Bomb on the internet? Let me look up how to make
a bomb. Al-Qaeda is the first result.
Yeah, but look, there's all sorts of...
Pressure cooker bomb. How to make a bomb bag in 9 steps. How to make a bomb out of batteries. How to make a bomb out of household items. How to make a smoke bomb. How to build an H-bomb. How to build a bomb. How to build a bomb with aluminum. How to build a bomb with chlorine and alcohol.
Basically, bomb.
So basically, if you decided that you like being a sadist and hurting people, you could tippy-tappy-tappy on the internet, make a bomb, and play insane sadist psychopath. That's how safe our country is
I'm just
today.
going to escape from Facebook before she, I don't even know. Don't be looking at who I'm asking to prom. I might still be able to get a date. I am the only guy in my grade who has not gotten a date for the prom and who's going to the prom. It's kind of sad. I'm kind of pathetic. Judge me as you will. But, Jesus, there's like a real mood dissonance for this video, I think. It's just blowing up limbs. And this was on Tax Day, Patriots Day.
Yeah. I understand some people don't want to pay their taxes.
Well, we're not sure who
overkill.
it is. We're not sure who did this.
But there's no excuse.
No. No. It's just a horrible thing. I just hope the situation improves. I really don't know what to say.
Despite what Republicans say, I find it's better if you're a sadist to play first-person shooter video games where you discombobulate people than actually building bombs and actually discombobulating people.
It's hard to really look at the camera, because it looks like when I'm actually looking at you...
No, you're not.
I'm looking to the side, yeah, see?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's not video games. It's the availability of stuff like bombs by Googling it.
Yeah, the guy who built it maybe Googled it. Got House. No, House of Williams for it. Oh, this video's gone long, I think.
What about your new channel?
Oh yeah, my new channel. Some of you have checked it out. Some of my loyalist fans. Brotherly Chivalry. Oh yeah, it's coming this Friday. It's coming.
Be there.
Mm-hmm. You know, brother.
Thanks for watching. I'll try to post more often. And here's to you all out there. And hopefully a less bombing and weaponry.
Please don't.
Yeah. Bye.